Xin chào. How is everybody? So in this video today, we're going to be covering multiple topics. We're going to discuss why Vietnam swiftly defeated the coronavirus and why I think they will continue to defeat the coronavirus. Of course, that's just the battle. The war isn't over yet on that front, so as long as they stay as vigilant as they have, things will continue to be really good here. Vietnam's back to about 98% open, and 98% full tilt, full on its way. Return to glory. It has happened. Bui Vang is open. I think they'll do a restart this weekend on it. I shot some footage in the Ben Thom Market video, so if you want to check that out, check that out. We're going to talk about visas. We're going to talk about flights. We're going to unpack a lot of stuff today. Let me adjust the camera. Okay. That looks good to me. Oh, a little crooked. Table's crooked. Get the table on crooked. Technical difficulties. I should have. Maybe this table's better. Still. Hold on. I think that's better. Okay, cool. So yeah. So Vietnam is mulling over right now whether they're going to do international flights. They want the economy back going. So my guess is around June, probably around June 1st, they're going to reopen up international flights. There is going to be a caveat though. They're going to want you to have a clean bill of sale that says you don't have coronavirus, and you're going to have to do a 14-day quarantine. I don't foresee them. I see air travel coming back, not in any kind of full capacity, but in a capacity. But I don't see them lifting this 14-day quarantine for, I would say, best hopes, August. You'll be able to get here, but you're going to have 14 days of sitting in a room before you can do anything. So that's going to have to be... So if you've still got a trip booked in June and July, I'd probably hold off on that. I wouldn't want to do 14 days in the quarantine. We've gone 26 days here now without any communal infection. There's only 36 active cases getting treated right now. One of those is the British fellow that I've talked about quite a bit. They have a lung transplant lined up for him if need be. He's not in good shape. He wasn't in good shape to begin with. He was a heavy smoker, he was an alcoholic, and he was fat. He was very overweight. I hope he recovers though. I mean, I don't want to see one death here. I don't think Vietnam does either, so that's why they've secured this lung transplant if need to be. I can't escape the sprinklers, sorry guys. They're always on here because they want to keep this beautiful park looking beautiful. So for the travel and for trips, I think your best bet is to focus for like a September or an August, or maybe even later, because it's just not going to be cool to have a 14-day quarantine. I think flying's going to change forever. I think a flight is going to take 4 hours at check-in. I think there's going to be lots of delays because they're going to have to scrub the whole plane. That's going to take like an hour plus. Flying's going to get a whole lot crappier than what it was. It's going to be like a 9/11 type effect now in all flights. It's going to really suck. On the domestic flights here, they've lifted all the restraints pretty much. They're having everyone sit by everyone now, no more every other person. So yeah, domestic flights have returned here, bus travel has returned here, school has returned here, bars have returned here, restaurants have returned here, all non-essential business have returned here. The only thing that's on the list still is clubs. But as you saw in the footage, I'll put the footage in maybe real quick right here. I'll put in the footage of Bui Vang. They're all ready to go. So they wouldn't all open if they weren't allowed to or didn't pay some kind of bribe system to be open. So I'm going to head there this weekend. My guess is Bui Vang is going to be fully open. So I mean, we're at 99, 98% full go. Everybody's going out again. Everybody comes outside to the park later during the day. The Vietnamese hate the sun. They think it damages the skin, which it does. So you don't see many Vietnamese out during the day, especially midday, especially when it's very sunny and hot like this. I'm pretty climatized to it now here, so it doesn't bother me. I'm from an area in America where it would get really hot in the summer, and then we would always go to Florida, so I'm kind of used to humidity and high temperature. It doesn't bother me as much as a lot of expats here. So let's talk about Visa. God, I'm really trying to stop saying So let's talk about the Visa thing. So they're now reissuing all the visas. Even if it's a travel visa, they're letting you go a month up to 3 months. I think it's even 6 months now. It's starting to look like. They're not doing, they're letting you extend almost in any situation. They understand that they need, as many expats as they can to stay here. They're reissuing work permits mid-month, I think around the 17th is what Win told me. And as far as visa goes, me and Win are gonna start now processing visas for people. So no middleman, she'll be doing all the paperwork. We'll handle it all for you. So you don't have to do anything. You just reach out to us, especially if you're here. It's more for people here. If you're getting your visa to come here, that's in the embassy video I did. It's very simple to get your visa in America to come here. You go on their website, you fill out a form, you PayPal them some money, and Bob's your uncle. Business visas are very much so easier to extend, but you got to be here on business. You can't be faking it. I am here on business. I have a tourist visa, but we're now going to switch me to business because I have a business here. I'm going to actively start going out and getting clients for my IT business here. So yeah, my life here is for at least the next 5 years. I'm going to heavily travel to Seoul and Tokyo once travel's normal again, and I'll be going there for like a month at a time, maybe 2-month blocks at a time, so I can really experience and really hunker down on my Nihongo, my Japanese. I really want to focus on finishing out my Japanese and getting pretty fluent with it, where I can just speak whole conversations and really know what I'm doing. I'm very good at Japanese right now. I'm nowhere near fluent, but I would like to be, and the best way to do that is be part of, in the culture. I still practice my Viet every day, of course. I learn new words all the time. Dep's the newest word I've learned, which is, pretty, gorgeous. Chaoi, oh my God, that's a good one for Benthon Market. So yeah, if you need any kind of visa stuff, you'll be able to contact me. My email address is going to be in the description of every video from now on. I'm going to also add a PayPal if you want to, donate through PayPal. If you don't want to, do a monthly thing through the Patreon, I understand. I pretty much still run ad-free on everything, so the Patreon really helps us. It just supports us financially right now. And once I can get a savings and start actually making money here, like the original plan was before the economy went bad, I'll be donating the Patreon to people here, to people all over the world. Kind of almost like the same thing as a Herald. That was the original plan from the go, and that's what I want to get back to. Right now, the Patreon helps pay for our groceries, pays little bills. It's really awesome. So I appreciate all you guys that do give to the Patreon. So as far as Saigon goes, yeah, we're full back steam, guys. Like, we are 100% pretty much back into it. I mean, everything's going. It's really awesome to see. It was a little heartbreaking that, Benthon Market, the vendors are hurting so bad there, because with no tourists, there is no Benthon Market. It's clearly demonstrated in that video I shot yesterday. That's doing very well, by the way. Thanks for all the comments and likes on that so far. It seems markets are my niche. It's what YouTube likes to show the most off my channel. I can't pick that. That's just how weird the YouTube algorithm is. I'm not a particular fan of it, but you got to play by the game, to get going on YouTube. We're doing pretty well. We're almost at 1,600 subs, which is great. Thanks all you guys out there. If anything, if you can't give anything, just subscribe. Just hit the like button and leave a comment. That's, that helps a lot right there. If you watch the video, just tap that like button real quick. It's not that difficult. I mean, boop, like. It helps me out. That alone just helps me out. My goal, I set a real ambitious goal. I want to be at like 50K in 3 months. I know that's probably not going to happen, but if we could get to 10K in like 2 months, wow, that'd be great. Because then I can start to make some financial money off of it. It'll start to pay a little bit of the bills. Hopefully we're not getting a bunch of wind here. So we've covered the visa. So they're doing work permits again. If you have a business visa, you can just extend that sucker a bunch. You can extend years on that thing. The way they set out a bunch of new stuff yesterday, me and Winnie were researching a lot of it. it looks like they're giving long-term visas, man, like for a really affordable price too. So we're continuing to research that. She's going to process mine. We just processed Frank 3 more months. We'll get his paperwork and his extension tomorrow. So Frank's good for another 3 months here. We already did another friend of mine, June's. His is good to go too. He's on a business visa, so it's much easier. So we covered the visa, we covered the plane. So like I said, I think there will be international flight. I think they will let people in, but you're going to be in a 14-day quarantine. It might be, if you're doing a month trip here, then it might be something to think about, but I would probably wait until the quarantine's over. If you want to travel and you're in the States, check out all the 50 states if you haven't been to all of them. I used to, do vacations to like Denver, all these places I had never been to, and it was great. Like, I really like going to Colorado because they have Culver's Burgers, one of my favorite burgers from, back where I'm from Midwest Indiana. Oh, it was awesome just to have a Culver burger when I went there. Wasn't too heavily a fan of Colorado, wasn't my vibe. This was when I was a big pothead, so I thought it would be really cool, and it was kind of a letdown with the way that now that's how California system is too. So I mean, just a waste of money. For me, marijuana was just a total waste of money. I used it too much. It was a huge vice. I didn't get anything done. So for me, I'm very glad that I don't partake in any cannabis use anymore. I never will again. It's just not for me. Yeah, simple as that. In the economy here, it's the 16th best economy post-corona out of any other country. So I think Vietnam, especially Saigon, is going to have a quick recovery in the economy department. And that's going to get pushed a lot by Viets. I mean, we went to Tory Show this weekend and we had to queue up for 20 minutes. I've never had to queue up at Tory Show ever. All the places were full. Everybody was out eating. Everybody was out. I went by the mall and people are buying up all kinds of stuff. I don't know where they got the money. Maybe they had good savings, stayed at home, didn't have much overhead. But people are buying. People are giving back into the economy to pump things up. The buses are flowing again. It sucks for me traffic-wise. Buses are some of the most dangerous things on the streets in Saigon. They drive like a motorbike and there's no time for them to stop if there's a situation. In fact, many of the motorbike deaths are from buses and or trucks, so always got to be hesitant around those. As far as like new vlog material going, I think I'm going to teach Frank how to drive a motorbike. You'll see a lot more vlogs from me and Frank. You'll see a lot more vlogs with me and Winnie. I'm going to do a live chat. Let me know about the live chat when you want to see me do it on like a Sunday. I need more information on that. Some people just said do it whenever, but I want to maximize that first live chat. So, and you don't have to give me anything on the live chat. You don't have to give super chats or anything. It'll just be a Q&A. We'll go as long as you want. You want to go 3 hours? We'll go 3 hours. There's enough people in the room chatting. We'll go until however many questions are answered. I do this all for you guys, so I have no problem giving my time to you, and you can ask me any question about me. I'm a complete open book. I don't believe in trying to have privacy when you're a YouTuber. It's very odd to me that some YouTubers try to play that game. You're literally showing your life on camera, so I have nothing to hide anyways. I've done some shitty shit in my life. I'm sure everybody has. What else can I cover? We've covered the travel thing. Everything's cheaper. So, I mean, I'm about to do a vlog after this about getting an apartment here and how to get an apartment. So, yeah, I think that's all we got for today, guys. Like I said, Vietnam's doing really well. I thank you all for subscribing, liking, Patreoning. And now I'm going to add a Venmo and a PayPal. And always, if you have Bitcoin, you can give me some Bitcoin. My preferred payment method would be Bitcoin. I haven't gotten anyone to give me yet, but time will come with these sort of things. So my main goal would be to focus and shift and just do YouTube full time, but I just financially cannot do that. So therefore I'll have to do IT here until the YouTube really takes off. So everyone have a really good day. Stay positive, stay upbeat. If you're in America, wear your mask. The reason why we won the war here so aggressively on the coronavirus is because everyone wore a mask. When we were told to stay inside for the 45 days, we did it. No one complained, no one protested. They just complied. And above all else, it's a mask. We all wore the mask right from the get-go. I'd say everyone started wearing a mask around February 15th. So I mean, and we never treated it like it wasn't a big deal. That's a real big problem I see with the American people, and not necessarily American people, but like heads of governments, stuff like this. Say, well, we didn't know anything. China didn't give us the news. Well, how was Vietnam so adept to it back in February? They had the material. They chose to kind of go economy first, and then it led to the large amount of infected. Then they had to do a lockdown, and now they're going to lift it a bit early. I saw Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan. I love Elon Musk too. He's one of my favorite Joe Rogan experiences from the first one. I gotta say, I don't agree with what he was saying on this past one. Like, it's just not that big of a deal. He was saying like less than 2% of people die. Well, that's not the statistics. And he said he saw it already unfold in China, and could base everything off that because he's a statistician. He could base all the numbers off that. We don't know we don't even know a tenth of what the real China numbers were. My likely guess is China has 1 to 2 million infected, and who knows how many deaths. They don't have as good as a healthcare system. There's no way that they could keep up with all that. They've already had a second wave. They're probably in the middle of a third wave now. Rumors are they're locking down Wuhan again. So I mean, to base your stats off of China is what? It's ludicrous. The actual statistic is 16% die. So I mean, take that how you want. It's still you're going to be relatively okay, but there's long-term damage done from this as well to your body if you do catch corona. Now, okay, if you're young, you're probably going to be okay, and I'm talking like young. We're talking like under 25. You're going to probably just be fine. But I mean, that British guy, even though he's a drunk and he's overweight, he's still only 36 years old. And he's fighting for his life. And there's been numerous cases like that here with that age range. So I mean, to just say it's only the old and then they're coming back to comparing it to just the regular flu. Now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely understand the economy has to be restarted in America. And I think if you do it the safe way, wear a mask, clean everything down, separate people by 6 feet, that's okay. I'm fine with that. Reopen. Reopen. But do it slowly. Do it controlled. Have people make the decision for themselves if they're willing to take the risk or not. I agree with all that stuff. So yeah, sorry to get on a little tangent there, but I had to, get out all the information that I have. So, all right, guys, peace out. Hope you liked the video. Hope the chat goes well because I'm going to premiere this one tonight. Again, thanks for the Benthon market. Love. Awesome. All right, guys, stay frosty. Peace.